Queen Vera thrust her claw forward. Guards, drag the human sergeant into the pens. The Colosseum thundered with approval from 1,000 scaled throats. Tiered stone seats ringed the sandpit below her obsidian throne. Warlords and nobles leaned in, fangs glinting under torchlight. First Blade Saren, her captain, snapped a salute and barked orders. 4 enforcers charged the holding grate. Chains rattled. They hauled Sergeant Elias Rook into the open pens, a dirt-floored corral walled by iron spikes. His wrists gleamed in Vera's steel manacles, forged to hold a Krell beast. Blood crusted his fatigues from capture wounds. He stumbled once, then planted his boots. The human twisted, steel groaned, links shattered like dry bone. Manacles clattered to the dirt. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Vera gripped her thrown arms, claws scoring grooves. No prisoner broke her steel, none. Rook straightened, dust shook from his shoulders. He fixed his gaze upward, straight at her shadowed dais. Brr. Charges? His trade speech cut clear, unaccented. State them plain. Silence crushed the arena. Enforcers froze, blades half-drawn. Vera's crest flared involuntarily. The human's eyes, flat brown, unyielding, locked on hers. Pain twisted his face from shoulder gashes, yet he stood tall. No snarl, no plea. Routine, as if snapping restraints merited no remark. Warlord Kraxothuan exploded from his seat. The massive champion vaulted the rail, landing with a quake that sprayed sand, his hide scarred from 100 kills, axe already in talon. Deathworld's spawn. Krax bellowed. This invader slaughtered my vanguard. He threatens our borders. Executed now, before he breeds more filth. Courtiers roared agreement. Axes pounded shields. Border skirmishes had cost Vera's realm dearly. Krax's clan bayed for war. One dead human justified invasion of the human fringe worlds. Vera rose. Her armored frame towered, iridescent scales rippling under torchfire. Combat scars mapped her arms, proof of her throne won in blood. Petition denied. Her voice silenced the din. The accused faces trial by combat. Murmurs erupted. Krax whirled, axe raised. You shield him, my queen? For what? His weak flesh? She descended the throne steps, cape swirling. Saren flanked her, blade humming. Up close, the pens reeked of sweat and iron. Rook watched her approach, breath steady despite the blood seeping fresh from his wounds. Vera circled him. Human stature reached her chest. Stocky. No natural armor. Yet those arms had wrenched steel. You defend yourself, Sergeant. Against our champion. Rook nodded once. Fine. Bare ground and water. No armor. No tricks. Krax laughed. A guttural bark. He refuses shell? This Deathworld rat dies in moments. Vera signaled Saren. Test him. Her captain lunged without warning. Blade arced low, slicing for Rook's knee. The human sidestepped. Minimal shift. Efficient. He caught Saren's wrist mid-strike. Twisted. Momentum carried the alien forward. Rook drove an elbow into her plated ribs. Saren grunted, skidding back. No break. But her guard crumpled. She straightened, yellow eyes wide. Respect gleamed there. He fights like prey turning predator. The crowd hushed. Vera's pulse quickened. Rook released the wrist without follow-up. No killing blow offered. Calculated, controlled. Krax snarled. Luck. I claim the right. My axe ends him. Granted, Vera said. Desire coiled in her gut, sharp as a blade. This human's resilience mocked her court's strength cult. Claim him openly, and Krax's faction crumbled her legitimacy. Hide him as pet, and war brewed unchecked. But lose him here. Enforcers hosed the pens clear of debris. Servants dumped a clay jug at Rook's feet. Water. He drank deep, splashed his gashed shoulder. Steam rose from raw flesh meeting cool liquid. No wince. He stripped his torn shirt, revealing a torso etched in faded scars, bullet holes, burns, claws. Aliens whispered. Deathworld marks. Krax, stripped to his battle harness, axe humming with edge vibes. The champion paced the pen's edge, twice Rook's bulk. Thera climbed back to her throne overlook. Saren took post beside her. Gates clanged shut. Sand crunched underfoot. Krax charged, axe whistled high. Rook rolled under, scooped a handful of dirt. He flung it into the warlord's eyes. Blinded, Krax swung wild. Rook closed. Fists hammered ribs, crack of plate yielding, cracks roared. Backhand swipe. Rook took it on the jaw. Blood sprayed from split lip. He staggered, recovered, drove a knee into Crax's groin plate. The champion buckled, axe dropped. Claws raked Rook's chest. 3 furrows, deep, blood-welled instant. Rook ignored it, wrapped Crax's arm, yanked, joint popped, Crax howled, free talon gouging Rook's thigh. Veyra leaned forward. Humans bled easy, healed slow. Yet Rook pressed. He headbutted Crax's snout. Crunch of cartilage. Warlord reeled. Crowd chanted now. Queen's folly, Queen's folly. Saren growled low. He endures, my queen, like us, but unbreaking. Crax recovered fury. He bull-rushed, slamming Rook against spikes, iron bent. Rook gasped. Ribs cracking audible. He hooked a leg, flipped the giant. Sand exploded. They grappled. Claws tore flesh. Rook's punches landed precise. Nerves, joints. Crax's strikes crushed armor, not yielding human grit. Veyra's claws dug into stone. Heat flushed her scales. Strength was survival in her realm. This human redefined it. Not raw power, but refusal to yield. She wanted that fire claimed. Protected. Hers. Crax pinned Rook. Talon-pressed throat. Yield, vermin! Rook spat blood. No. He bridged hips. Bucked. Momentum reversed. Rook mounted. Rained elbows on Crax's helm. Plate dented. Warlord's eyes rolled. Crax tapped out. 3 frantic slaps on sand. Enforcers hauled him limp. Silence blanketed the Colosseum. Rook rose, weaving. Blood painted him red. He faced Veyra's throne. Trial done. Courtiers exploded. Half cheers, half outrage. Crax's allies surged forward. Veyra stood. Victory yours, Sergeant. She vaulted the rail, landing amid the pens. Saren followed. Blade out. Up close, Rook's chest heaved. Wounds wept, but his stare held steady. Crax spat from the sidelines. Death world cheat. He fights dirty. Effective. Veyra snapped. She traced a claw along Rook's jaw. Light. His pulse jumped under touch, but he didn't flinch. Desire sharpened. Political weapon or mate? Both. You saved your worlds from war, she murmured. Trade speech low. Now face my court. Rook met her gaze. Bring it. Saren smirked. Courtiers closed in. Veyra stepped between. Crest flaring protective. Trust ignited. Fragile. Fierce. Crax's glare promised retaliation. The queen had claimed her champion. The real trial began. Courtiers shoved forward. Claws bared. Shouts drowned the Colosseum. Elias Rook tensed, blood dripping from his split lip. His ribs throbbed from Crax's earlier mauling, but he squared up. No weapons left, just fists and grit. Queen Veyra planted herself between him and the mob. Her crest flared wide, scales shimmering bronze under the arena lights. Stand down! Her voice cracked like a whip. Silence slammed down. Rook scanned the faces, scaled muzzles twisted in fury. Crax's allies dominated the front ranks, their war paint smeared with arena dust. Veyra whirled on the sidelines. Crax slumped against enforcers. Helm dented, eyes glazed. Warlord, you demanded trial by combat. Standard arena rules, no poisons, no ranged arms beyond racks. No hidden blades. She jabbed a claw at him. Accept it now, or forfeit your claim forever. Crax spat red foam. He bridged like a spawning eel. Unclean. Standard! Veyra roared. Courtiers flinched. You chose the sand. He chose to live. Speak. Enforcers tightened their grip. Accepted. He rasped. His glare locked on Rook. Murder brewed there. Veyra nodded to the court scribe, a hunched figure with glowing data slate. Record it. Trial valid. Human prevails. Murmurs rippled. Rook ignored them. He pivoted slow, eyes mapping the pit. Sand shifted under his boots, loose near the gates, packed firm by the walls. East gate hung crooked, latch rusted. Weapon racks lined the north curve, spears, flails, blades etched with kill marks. Patrol route, his brain logged. High ground at throne rail, choke points at pens. First blade Saren stepped from Veyra's shadow. The guard captain's armor gleamed black, twin blades sheathed at hips. Her crest lay flat, neutral, assessing. Queen commands proof. She faced Rook. Show the court your vermin tricks. Spare. Unarmed. Rook rolled shoulders. Wounds burned. But pain was old news. Sure. Ladies first. Saren smirked. She lunged. Feint high. Strike low. Rook sidestepped. Her palm snapped for his wrist. Viper fast. Lock cinched. She twisted to flip him. He dropped weight. Used her momentum. Slid thumb along her grip seam. Levered out. Reversed. Saren blinked. Too late. Rook trapped her wrist. Yanked her forward. She stumbled into range. Courtiers gasped. He didn't punch. No need. Slipped arm under her chin. Locked elbow. Other hand cupped her skull. Choke sealed. Blood flow, not air. Clean release demo. Saren thrashed. Claws scraped his forearm. Boots gouged sand. She bridged once. Hard. Rook rode it out. Hips low. Seconds ticked. Her struggles slowed. Vision blurred. Rook saw it in her flicking eyes. She tapped his arm. Once. Twice. 3 times. Clear. Rook released instant. Stepped back. Saren gasped air. Rubbing throat. No rage. Respect gleamed. Silence crushed the Colosseum again. Vera's claws flexed. Rook caught her stare. Intense. Pupils blown wide. Hunger? His pulse kicked despite the ache. Scribe, Vera barked. Record the technique. Human origin. Classify unclassified. The scribe's stylus flew. Noted majesty. Bridge reversal. Choke dominance. No analogs. Cracks snarled from afar. Weakness. She yielded to soft skin. Saren spun on him. I tested. He countered. She flexed wrist. Bruised but steady. Skill, not cheat. Courtiers shifted. Whispers turned curious. Vera vaulted closer to Rook. Up close. Her scent hit him. Spice and steel. She gripped his chin. Tilted it. Examined the claw mark from her earlier touch. You bleed, Sergeant, yet stand. Rook met her golden eyes. Job's not done. Her crest quivered. Thumb brushed his pulse point. Jumped under her pad. She leaned in. Voice for him alone. Trade speech purred low. Court doubts. They see prey. I see fire. Heat coiled low in his gut. Alien queen or not, that look promised more than politics. Fire needs fuel. Laughter rumbled from her chest. Claws retracted. She released him, reluctant. Prove it to them all. Saren cleared the sand. Next test? Vera waved her off. Enough. She faced the throne rail, voice booming. Witness. The human bested our champion under rules you set. Countered first blade without strike. His ways, unclassified, unbreakable. A warlord and cracks his colors shoved forward. Lies. Death world filth. Vera's blade hissed free. Pointed at his throat. Challenge me direct, or yield. He froze. Backed into the crowd. Cheers erupted, scattered at first, then thunderous. Vera's supporters drowned the doubters. Rook exhaled slow. Rib screamed, but victory stuck. No war. No execution, for now. She turned to him. Crest high. You face my court proper tomorrow. Chambers await tonight. Heal. Saren flanked him, guiding toward the pens. Walk steady, human. Eyes follow. Rook nodded. Sand crunched underfoot. He glanced back. Vera climbed to her throne. Every motion power coiled. Her gaze lingered on him, claimed. Krax's enforcers dragged him past the gates. The warlord's hiss carried. Not over, soft skin. Rook smirked. Routine patrol just got interesting. But Vera's touch burned memory deep. Trust, desire. He'd earned both. Saren halted at a side gate. Queen's orders. You bunk with guards. She eyed his wounds. Clean those. We spar again, Dawn. Looking forward. Rook stripped his torn shirt, exposing bruises black as her armor. No flinch. She traced a gash on his ribs. Claw light. Pain mean nothing? Means I'm alive? Saren nodded slow. Like queen. Warrior born. They entered the undercroft. Torchlight flickered on stone walls. Cells lined the hall, most empty. His? Open grate, fresh straw. Medkit waited. Rook sat, popped seals. Antiseptic stung. He gritted through. Footsteps echoed. Vera appeared, alone. No guards. Crest low, intimate. Saren bowed out silent. Rest, Vera said. Knelt beside him, took the kit. Her claws parted his skin gentle, applied gel. Cool relief spread. Rook watched her, precision surgeon, not just killer. Why risk it? Court hates me. She bandaged tight. They hate change. Golden eyes lifted. You redefine strength. Not crush, endure. Adapt. Pulse raced again. Her knee brushed his thigh. Accidental? Aliens tough. You built this empire. Brute force fails. She tied off, leaned close, breath hot on his neck. Your fire completes. Lips hovered near his. Rook cupped her jaw, scaled. Warm. Pulled her in. Kiss landed fierce. Tongues clashed. Sharp teeth nicked. Blood mingled sweet. She growled approval. Pinned him to straw without weight. Claws shredded remaining cloth. His hands roamed her armor seams. Released plates. Bronze scales gleamed underneath. Softer at core. She mounted slow. Heat enveloped. Rhythm built. His endurance. Her power. Sand forgotten. Court distant. Climax shattered them. She collapsed atop. Crest pulsing. Trust sealed in sweat. Dawn would bring court intrigue. Crax's plots. But now. Hers. Rook stroked her crest. Fuel delivered. Trumpets blared. Arena sands shifted under Rook's bare feet. He flexed his bandaged ribs, ignored the pull. Vera's gel held. Spectators roared from tiered stone seats. Thousands of scaled faces, crests flaring. Queen Vera sat central throne, golden eyes locked on him. Her claws gripped armrests white-knuckled. Opposite gate rumbled. Warlord Crax Othuan strode out. Towered 8 feet, heavy armor plates clanking. Blackened alloy, spiked pauldrons. Shock maul swung in one fist. Head crackling blue arcs. Length of a baseball bat, thicker. Cracks bellowed. Slammed maul into sand. Sparks flew. Filth human, I crush your bones for glory. Rook bounced on toes. No weapon, no armor, just fatigue pants, boots. Standard drill. Close fast, improvise. Heart steady. Vera's dawn words echoed. Trust her play. He scanned. Arena oval, 100 yards long. Walls high, archer slits shadowed. Cracks charged. Earth shook. Maul raised high, arc wide for swing. Crowd chanted his name. Rook sprinted. Sand sprayed. Closed 20 yards in seconds. Cracks swung down. Maul whistled air. Inside arc. Rook dropped low. Stomped Crax's lead knee. Heel drove precise. Infantry trick. Joint lock. Crack echoed. Cracks. Howled. Buckled. Armor weight betrayed him. Rook grabbed Maul halved mid-swing. Yanked. Momentum pulled Cracks off balance. Rook twisted. Fed arm into on armor straps. Chest plate loose from charge. Strap snagged elbow joint. Leverage. Rook torqued hips. Popped shoulder free. Crax's arm dangled useless. Maul clattered free. 5 seconds. Arena silent. Cracks roared. Clawed free hand. Rook sidestepped. Slash. Delivered knee to gut plates. Air whooshed out. Grabbed crest. Pulled head down. Elbow smashed nose ridge. Blood sprayed. Cracks dropped. Pinned under Rook's boot on throat. Gasped. Rook stepped back. Raised hands empty. No kill. Verdict. From the queen. Crowd exploded. Half cheers, half fury. Vera rose. Crest high. Victory! Human stands. Cracks snarled. Signal flashed. Hand twitched toward slits. Twang. Arrows hissed. Rook dove. First shaft grazed shoulder. Tore flesh. Rolled sand. Second thunked beside ear. Third pinned pants leg. He ripped free. Sprinted walls. Shadows moved. Archers perched. 4 visible bows drawn. Saren burst from side gate. First blade swords flashed. Leaped wall ladder. Clashed steel on bowstrings. One archer tumbled screaming. Vera shouted. Throne guards charged aisles. Chaos erupted. Nobles yelled. Treason. Cracks crawled. Snatched Maul one-handed. Rook spun. Cracks swung wild from ground. Rook vaulted over. Stomped Maul back down. Pinned arm. Arrows whizzed. One clipped Rook's calf. Burned hot. He gritted. Basic wound. Keep moving. Vera leaped throne. Claws out. Dashed sands. Cracks! Treason! Her voice thunder. Court warriors hesitated. Half drew blades for her, half for Cracks. Saren yelled from perch, Queen's Law, slashed second archer. Blood rained. Rook hauled Cracks up by crest. Shield with body, dragged toward Vera. Arrows halted. Loyalists overwhelmed roosts. Cracks spat blood. She weakens us. Human pet! Vera reached them. Claws raked Cracks's face. Dropped him twitching. Turned to Rook. Inspected wounds. You endure, he nodded. Adrenaline hummed. Routine. Verdict holds. Crowd parted. Nobles flanked Vera. One hissed, Execution! He cheats death unearned. Vira's tail lashed. He broke your champion. Bear combat. I claim him. Consort by right. Gasps rippled. Consort? Rook blinked. Her eyes fierce. Promise. From dawn. Warlord's kin surged forward. Lies. Border pact. Demands blood. Saren dropped beside. Swords dripping. Archers dead. Cracks plotted. Proof. Vera seized moment. Witness. Treason proven. Cracks's line ends. Human saves war. Rook stood firm. Blood trickled calf. No stagger. Aliens gawked. Crests limped in awe. Vera cupped his face. Public. Claws gentle. Strength redefined. Mine. Nobles murmured. Some bowed. Others glared. Rook met her gaze. Pulse quickened. Not just survival. Hers. Saren bound Cracks. Dragged away howling. Arena cleared half. Vera waved Rook to throne platform. He followed. Guards parted. Sat beside her. Elevated seat. Her thigh pressed his. Heat familiar. Court assembled below. Vera addressed. Trial 1. Human Elias Rook proves worth. No execution. No war. Alliance strengthens. Cheers mixed boos. Factions split. First dissenter spoke. Crested Lord. Cracks's uncle. Queen forsakes tradition. Weakness invites invasion. Vira stood. Drew blade. Personal. Jeweled. Challenge? Uncle faltered. Backed down. Rook watched. Her power absolute. Backed now by his feet. Whispers spread. Human unbreakable. Saren leaned in. Guard captain's eyes appraised Rook. You fight like ghost. No fear. Rook shrugged. Training. Adapt. Saren nodded respect. Queen chose well. Post-trial feast rushed sands turned hall. Tables laden. Roast beasts. Fermented sap. Rook ate sparse. Wounds throbbed. But Medgel worked. Vera fed him strips herself. Claws precise. Intimate amid court. Nobles watched hungry. One approached. Female advisor scales silver. Human, your endurance. Teach my guards? Rook glanced Vera. She nodded. Soon. Night fell. Arena torches flared. Vera pulled him to chambers. Royal wing. Guards outside. Door shut. She stripped armor. Bronze scales gleamed sweat slick. Pushed into furs. You claimed me first. Now court knows. Rook pulled her down. Lips met. No rush. Her growl deepened. Claws traced scars. New. Old. Reverent. He flipped her. Hands explored softer under scales. Heat built. Her legs wrapped iron. Rhythm synced. His steady drive. Her fierce response. Climax hit. She arched, crest pulsing wild. Collapsed gasping. Trust you. With empire. Rook held her. Dawn intrigue faded. For now. But shouts echoed hall. Saren burst in. Ambush. Cracks's remnants strike borders. Vera rose. Blade ready. 2 arms. Rook grabbed pants. No time heal. War called. Arena victory. Bought time, not peace. Vera clasped his hand. Together. He nodded. Human grit met Queen's fire. Borders waited. Saren tossed gear. His rifle scavenged. Prove again. Rook chambered round. Routine. They charged night. Horns wailed. True test began. Queen's claim public. Court divided. But Rook endured. Arrows forgotten. New fight loomed. Her golden eyes flashed back. Desire steel now. Endure with me. Always. Torches blurred. They ran. Cracks's shadow lingered. Warlord broken, but plots deep. Rook sighted first scout. Fired. Drop. Vera slashed second. Blood sprayed. Saren flanked. Flankers! Ambush turned rout. Dawn broke bloody. Back palace. Wounds patched. Vera bandaged him again. Mirror of first. Court bends, she murmured. Your wind sways them. Rook kissed arrows sliced the air toward Rook's chest. He twisted mid-stride. The first shaft grazed his shoulder, drawing blood. Routine sting. He dropped low behind a stone bench in the royal box. Queen Vera exploded into motion. She vaulted the box's gilded railing in one fluid leap, her iridescent scales flashing under torchlight. Her massive shield snapped up. 2 guards flanked her instantly, shields locking into a seamless wall. Thunk. Arrows hammered the barrier. Splinters flew. The crowd in the vast arena court roared, half cheers, half snarls. Rook scanned the shadows. Archer ports dotted the upper walls, narrow slits for cowards. One flickered with movement. He yanked a fallen arrow from the sand-sprinkled floor. Splintered fletching bit his palm. He sprinted to the nearest pillar, leaped, and jammed the shaft deep into the port's mechanism. Metal groaned. The slit jammed shut. A muffled curse echoed from within. Guards! Vera bellowed. Her voice cut the chaos like a blade. Seal the gates! First Blade Saren moved like lightning. The guard captain barreled through the throng, her twin swords drawn. She slammed the massive arena gates with a squad of loyalists. Chains rattled into place. Saren spun, pointed her blade at the conspirator captain, a burly traitor in Krax's colors, frozen amid his men. Seized by royal decree. The traitor bolted. Saren tackled him mid-leap, pinning him face down. Krax dog, she growled. The Queen's justice finds you. Riot erupted below. Warlord Krax's remnants surged the barriers, claws out, crests flaring red with rage. They chanted for blood, for the human's head, for border conquest. Stones pelted the royal box. Bayra stood tall amid the shield wall, her golden eyes locked on Rook. She hurled her voice over the din. This human, Sergeant Elias Rook, stands under royal protection. Harm him, and you challenge me. Silence crashed down. The chanters faltered. One by one, fists unclenched. Vera's legitimacy hung on strength. She had just wagered it all on an alien captive. The arena held its breath. Rook rose, blood trickling down his arm. He ignored the burn, same as shrapnel in the trenches. He stepped to her side, facing the sea of scaled faces. I'll stand with you, Vera, until your court stops trying to murder us both. Her crest pulsed violet. Surprise, then fire. Claws flexed on her sword hilt. The crowd murmured. A human volunteering for their queen? Saren hauled the conspirator to his feet, shoved him toward the dungeons. Plot's broken majesty. Krax's last fangs pulled. Vera lowered her shield. She clasped Rook's uninjured shoulder. Her touch lingered, warm through his scavenged tunic. You jam a port like it's a jammed rifle. No fear. Improvising, Rook said, keeps you alive. She nodded, eyes tracing his fresh wound. Hunger flickered there. Not just desire. Respect. She turned to the assembly. The trial by combat proved his worth. Krax fell. Now, borders bleed. Othuan's remnants raid. Who stands with their queen? Murmurs swelled. A few loyal warlords pounded chests in assent. Others shifted, eyes on Rook. The underestimated human had jammed their assassination. Endured arrows, offered alliance. Vera pulled him closer. Protocol shattered again. Her voice dropped for him alone. They see your grit now. But warlords whisper. Claim me openly, Elias. Fight at my side. He met her gaze. Golden fire met steady brown. Already in. Your war, my fight. The crowd parted as they descended the box stairs. Saren led. Blades ready. Whispers followed. The soft skin endures. Queen's blade. Human forged. Back in the palace undercroft, Vera shoved Rook onto a bench. Medbot's word. She waved them off. Tore cloth strips herself. Her claws worked precise, bandaging his shoulder. Mirror of the dawn before. Heat from her scales brushed his skin. You vaulted like thunder, he said.
Saved my hide. Protocol be damned.
She tied the knot tight. Her fingers traced his scars. Bullet pocks. Blade gashes. Reverent. Humans. Normal toughness. Arrows glance off you. Adrenaline. And spite. He caught her wrist, pulled her close. Lips met, slow burn. Her growl rumbled deep, claws grazed his neck. Gentle this time. She broke the kiss. Court sways. But Krax's shadow lingers. Remnants mass at borders. Full war. Rook stood. Grabbed his rifle from Saren's offered kit. Chambered around. Click. Routine. Point me at them. Saren's crest twitched. Amusement. You bleed, soft skin. Yet load for more. Bleeding's temporary. He slung the weapon. Lead on. Veyra's laugh echoed. Fierce. She donned her battle harness. Blade sheathed at hip. Together, then. Empire watches. They charged the halls. Horns blared assembly. Warriors fell in behind. Curious, testing. One prodded Rook's arm. Pain no mark you? Marks fade. Rook flexed. Fight continues. Veyra glanced back. Desire steeled to resolve. Her hand found his in the torchlit rush. Endure with me, Elias. The gates boomed open. Night air hit, crisp with border smoke. Scouts reported. Krax's horde struck 3 outposts. Flames lit the horizon. Saren barked orders. Phalanxes formed. Veyra mounted her war beast, a hulking reptilian charger. She extended a gauntleted hand. Rook gripped, swung up behind. Muscle memory from old dropships. The beast surged. Hooves thundered. Rook sighted the first skirmish line through his scope. Fired. Enemy dropped. Veyra slashed the flankers. Blood arced. Flankers left, Saren yelled. Rook pivoted. Double tap. 2 down. The horde broke. Routed. Dawn broke over smoking fields. Back at Palace, the court assembled anew. Warlords knelt. Human turns tide. Veyra dismounted, pulled Rook down. Public. Old. My champion. Sergeant Rook claims place here. He nodded. No boast. Just fact. Your borders. Our line. Her golden eyes flashed. Trust, sealed, desire unbound. But horns wailed anew. Fresh raids, war called. Rook chambered another round. Veyra's claws linked his fingers. They charged again. Krax's legacy crumbled. Human grit rewrote it in the Queen's chambers that night. Armor shed. Veyra pinned him to furs. Lips crashed. Claws raked light trails. You volunteer for chaos, she murmured against his throat. Strength I never sought. He flipped her, hands mapped softer scales. Normal for us. Extraordinary for you. Rhythm built. Her legs locked iron. Crest pulsed wild. Climax shattered them. She gasped. Held tight. Empire yours too. Now. Dawn horns intruded. Saren at door. Majesty full invasion massing. Veyra rose, blade in hand. Rook grabbed gear. With you. They ran. Queen's fire met human steel. Court watched, converted. One human redefined strength. Borders bled no more. Victory loomed, but deeper plots stirred. Krax's true air. Shadows whispered. Rook sighted a sniper. Fired. Drop. Veyra slashed beside. Endure, always. Blades hissed from sheaths in the shadowed service tunnels. Sergeant Elias Rook snapped awake in the Queen's antechamber. His hand clamped his rifle. Low growls echoed closer. Scaled feet, on stone, assassins, Krax's dogs. He rolled off the furs, grabbed his pack. Veyra slept beyond the archway, her crest dimmed in rest. No time for words. Rook scanned the hall. Narrow choke point, sand bins from arena repairs, oil lanterns, a broken torch head, footsteps multiplied. 10, maybe 12, coming fast. Rook dumped sand across the floor tiles. Slippery death trap. He smashed a lantern, splashed oil over the grit, lit the broken torch rag. Flame whooshed blue. He hurled it into the mix. Fire erupted. Flames licked high, blinding white-hot glare. Screams pierced the night. Claws scrabbled for purchase on the burning slick. Rook flattened against the wall. Sighted his rifle. First shadow lunged through. Eyes wide, blinded. Rook fired. Headshot. Body tumbled into the blaze. Veyra exploded from her chamber, blade drawn. Golden eyes locked on him. Rook, stay low. He waved her back. Hand signal. Down, wait. Crossfire brewed. More attackers poured in. They slipped, crashed into flames. One hurled a spear. Rook sidestepped, cracked its shaft with rifle butt, fired twice. 2 down. Veyra crouched beside him. Her tail lashed. How did you move? Rook signaled. Sprint on 3. Fingers counted. 1, 2. They bolted. Rook led. Rifle up. Bullets barked. 3 round bursts. An assassin flanked left. Rook pivoted. Dropped him mid-leap. Veyra matched pace. Slashed a throat on the right. Crossfire spat from a side vent. Bolts scorched stone. Rook shoved Veyra behind a pillar. Timed sprints. Follow my lead. She nodded. Claws flexing. Trust in her gaze. He peeked. 2 shooters pinned them. Rook yanked a grenade. Human surplus. Pin out. Lobbed high. Explosion rocked the tunnel. Shrapnel shredded vents. Now, Rook sprinted. Veyra surged beside. Her blade flashed. Lead assassin charged her. She parried, countered. Steel met scale. Her strike severed his arm. He howled. Veyra drove home, blade through chest. He crumpled. Guards, Veyra roared. Her voice thundered. To me. Saren burst from a side door, blades whirling. Her squad followed, 5 elite. But chaos reigned. Attackers swarmed from both ends. Veyra gripped Rook's arm. Claws pricked, not drawing blood. Take command, now, Rook blinked. Her golden eyes burned fierce. No debate. He nodded. Saren, flank left, hold the junction. 2 squads. Suppress fire, Queen, with me. Center push. Saren saluted mid-stride. As you say, human. Her squad peeled off, blades singing. Rook chambered around. Veyra, cover high. They climbed walls. She grinned, fangs sharp. Lead on. They charged. Rook's rifle cracked steady. Human rhythm. Sight, breathe, squeeze. 1 assassin dropped from rafters. Veyra's blade impaled him mid-air. Another slipped on sand. Rook's boot crushed windpipe. Saren radioed. Clicks in their tongue. Junction. Held. 5 down. Good. Push forward. Rook scanned. Tunnels forked. Heat haze from fire. Sweat stung his eyes. Pain from old wounds throbbed. Ignored it. Routine. A hulking figure blocked the main fork. Kraxothuan. Arena killer. Dual axes gleamed. His scales scarred. Eyes hateful. Filth human. Queen falls tonight. Rook raised rifle. Drop him. You're done. Krax laughed. Deep rumble charged through flames unscathed. Thicker scales. Axes whirled. Veyra lunged. Mine. Rook signaled halt. Let her. Krax pressed brute force. Veyra danced back, precise cuts scoring his arms. Rook flanked. Rifle on Krax's knee. Fired. Warlord buckled. Roared. Axe swung wild. Rook ducked, slammed stock into jaw. Crack. Krax swung again. Rook rolled, came up firing, leg shredded. Warlord dropped to knees. Veyra pinned his throat with blade tip. Yield. Krax spat blood. Never. Court sends us. Half the warlords back me. Your human pet ends your rule. Rook knelt, rifle muzzle to temple. Names. All of them. Or, I paint the wall. Krax sneered. You bluff. Weak soft skin. Rook pressed harder. Try me. Veyra's eyes narrowed. She nodded once. Permission. Krax broke. Warlord Thras. Lady Vorn. They plot throne. Borders yours. Ours next. Saren arrived. Squad dragging bound assassins. Cells ready, Majesty. Veyra sheathed blade. Claws grazed Rook's shoulder. Possessive. Bind him. Dawn court. Truth outs. Krax snarled as irons clamped. Dragged away. Silence fell. Flames crackled low. Bodies cooled. Veyra turned to Rook. Chest heaved. Crest pulsed brighter. You turned Hall to slaughter. Planned in heartbeats. Rook slung rifle. Wiped soot. Standard op. Improvise. Adapt. Saren snorted respect. Human normal. Our legend. Guards murmured agreement. Eyes on Rook shifted. Fear to awe. Veyra stepped close. Tail coiled his leg, voice low. You command my blades. My life. Lips brushed his ear. Heat radiated. Rook met her gaze, hand on her crest. Gentle pressure. Team effort. She pulled him toward chambers. Door sealed. Armor hit floor. Her claws mapped his scars. Endure. She whispered, echoed his grit. Rook flipped her to furs. Lips claimed, rhythm ignited. Her legs locked. Crest flared wild. Peaks crashed, shared, fierce. Dawn horns blared. Saren hammered door. Majesty. Thras rallies traitors. Court fractures. Vera rose, blade ready. Rook grabbed gear. With you. They charged out. Palace stirred. Warlords chose sides. Blades drawn. Thras's banner rose on East Tower. Rook sighted scope. Traitor sniper perched. Breath steady. Fired. Body pitched. Vera slashed vanguard. To me. Court watched from balconies. Whispers turned cheers. Human steel met Queen's fire. But shadows lingered. Crax's words echoed. Who backed Thras? Deeper venom stirred. Rook reloaded. Vera's hand linked his. They advanced. Trust forged in blood. Desire fueled the fight. One human redefined unbreakable. Warlords knelt or died. Victory edged closer. A cloaked figure slipped palace gates. Horns wailed. New raid signal. From within. Queen Vera's claws dug into Rook's arm. She hauled him through the palace corridors. Horns wailed betrayal signals. Guards flanked them. Blades out. Thras's faction stirred ahead. Shadowy figures in the throne hall. With me. Vera growled. Her tail lashed. Rook nodded. Rifle slung low. He matched her stride. They burst into the war chamber. Crystal chandeliers hummed with inner light. Warlords ringed the obsidian table. Thras stood at the far end, his scaled face smug. Banners of rival clans hung tense. First Blade Saren guarded the door, eyes sharp on Rook. Vera leaped onto the dais. Her crest flared crimson. Council. Thras rallies traitors. The sniper Rook felled. Bore your mark, noble. She jabbed a claw at Thras's chest sigil. Deny it, Thras sneered. His bulk shifted, armored tail coiling. Lies from a soft-skinned pet, Majesty. Your human whispers poison. Execute him. Secure the borders. Murmurs rippled. Warlords glanced between them. Crax Othuun lounged at Thras's side. Massive, scarred champion. His axes gleamed. Grin split his maw. Rook stepped forward. Vera's gaze flicked to him, trust hot in her eyes. He kept voice steady. Sniper's scope had Thras's glyph etched inside. Saw it clear before the shot. Your raid. Inside job. Thras barked laughter. Human toys prove nothing. Strength rules here, not words. Rook met his stare. Pain from last night's wounds throbbed routine. He rolled shoulders. Words waste time. Test your strength, myth. Non-lethal duel. Disarm rules. Expose the fraud. Silence crashed. Warlords leaned in. Vera's tail brushed Rook's leg. Signal received. Agreed, she snapped. Crest peaked higher. Thras, your champion faces mine. Cracks against my second. She yanked Rook close. Claws gripped his shoulder. Sergeant Elias Rook. Gasps echoed. Cracks rose. Axes spinning lazy arcs. The queen stakes her crown on meat? I'll paint the floor with his entrails. Chow. Thras nodded, eager. Accepted. Arena. Now. Court watches. Saren blocked the exit, her blade half-drawn. Majesty, this human. Obey. Vera cut her off. Voice steel. She linked arms with Rook, led him out. Palace balconies filled fast. Nobles crowded rails. Drums boomed. Arena sands gleamed under glow orbs, etched with ancient combat runes. Rook stripped to undershirt and pants. No armor. Rifle stowed safe. Vera handed him a training staff, blunt, weighted like her people's blades. Her claws traced his jaw, whisper fierce. Endure. For us. Rook gripped the staff. Nodded. Standard op. Cracks entered opposite. Towered twice Rook's bulk. Muscles corded like ship cables. Axes strapped loose. Ready for quick draw. Thras bellowed from the royal box. Crush the weakling! Vera stood beside him, crown heavy on her brow. Court eyes bored in. She raised fist. Begin! Cracks charged. Ground shook. Axes whipped high. Overhead smash. Rook dodged left. Sand sprayed. Staff cracked Crax's wrist guard. Minimal force. Joint lock set up. Champion roared. Spun low sweep. Tail lashed, like flail. Rook vaulted it. Landed inside guard. Staff hooked Crax's elbow. Twisted. Human leverage. Infantry drill. Cracks powered through. Free arm swung haymaker. Rook ducked. Drove knee into thigh gap. Soft spot under scales. Cracks grunted. First sound of pain. Crowd hushed. Vera's tail coiled tight on thrown arm. Cracks dropped an axe, grabbed for Rook's throat. Claws raked air. Rook pivoted. Staff end jammed Cracks's armpit nerve cluster. Pressure point. Arm went limp. Second axe fell. Cracks bellowed fury. Head butted wild. Rook sidestepped, wrapped staff around wrist. Full Nelson variant, improvised for alien joints. Yanked back. Cracks thrashed. Towering frame buckled. Rook planted boot on knee hollow. Levered down. Champion's face hit sand. Staff pinned both arms. Neck exposed. No blade needed. Yield, Rook said. Calm. Sweat stung eyes. Routine hold. Cracks strained. Muscles bulged. Failed. Never. Rook cranked harder. Joint popped warning. Yield. Saren leaped down. Blade at Cracks's throat. Surrender, champion, or die shamed. Thrash shot up. Foul. Human tricks. Vera's voice thundered. Enough. Cracks yields. Faction exposed. She vaulted rail, landed beside Rook. Crest blazed victory gold. Claws helped pin Cracks. Your myth crumbles, Thras. Strength is adaptation. Endurance. Cracks rasped. I yield. Court erupted. Cheers drowned boos. Guards swarmed Thras's allies. Blades clashed brief. Saren cuffed Cracks, dragged him off. Rook released hold, stood, breathed even. Bruises bloomed, but he ignored. Vera faced him, pulled him center arena. Court leaned over balconies. Witness, her voice carried. Sergeant Rook proves worth. I claim him. Binding protection pact. My blades guard him. His steel guards mine. Chosen companion. Throne stands with him. Thrusts snarled from chains. Madness. He'll weaken. Silence. Vera's tail wrapped Rook's waist. Public. Possessive. Heat pressed close. He redefines unbreakable. Who challenges? Silence. Warlords knelt, one by one. Saren saluted Rook, respect in her gaze. Rook met Vera's eyes. Hand on her crest. Gentle. Team. She grinned fangs, pulled him toward royal exit. Cheers peaked, but Saren jogged up. Whisper urgent. Majesty. The cloaked one from Gates. Cracks bloodkin. Raids launched now. Real war. Vera's grip tightened. To arms. Rook leads vanguard. Rook. Chambered round. Rifle ready. Court watched Queen stake all on human. Victory tasted blood and fire. Shadows deepened. Cracks's chains shattered against stone. Shards flew. Rook snapped alert. Rifle halfway to shoulder. The warlord exploded from his cell block. Guards tumbling like broken dolls. Blood sprayed the walls. Saren's enforcers, throats torn. Frontier law! Cracks bellowed, voice echoing down the hall. His massive frame barreled toward the grand arena, axe reclaimed from a fallen foe. Final right. The weakling human dies unarmed, or I claim the queen's head. Rook chambered his round fully now, Vera's tail uncoiled from his waist, her claws flexing. She shoved past him, crest flaring crimson challenge, accepted. Assemble the envoys, both armies witness. Saren appeared at a sprint, blade drawn, scales scraped raw. Majesty, he's rigged. Law binds us. Vera cut her off. Rook fights. On my terms. They poured into the arena under torchlight. Human envoys from the border legions gaped from the stands. Rook's own chain of command, faces grim under helmets. Alien warbands flanked them. Thras's faction snarling bets. Cracks paced the sand, axe humming with vibro edge. Twice Rook's mass, scars like canyons across his hide. Vera leaped to the royal dais. She yanked her ceremonial blade free. Royal steel, etched with conquest runes. The crowd hushed. She tossed it hilt first to Rook. It thunked into the dirt at his feet. Take it. Refuse their coward's handicap. Show them steel. Rook stared at the sword, balanced perfection, heavier than his issue knife. He could wield it, years drilling alien Xenos, adapting grips. But Cracks grinned, flexing claws that had pulped tanks. Envoys leaned forward, Veyra's eyes locked on his, fierce hope burning. He kicked the blade aside, sand puffed. Fists. Keep it fair. Gasps rippled. Human envoys straightened. Alien jaws dropped, fangs glinting shock. Veyra's tail lashed once, then stilled. Pride swelled her crest gold. Cracks laughed, a wet rumble. Mad prey. He charged. Rook dodged left, boots digging sand. Axe whistled past his ear, close enough to singe hairs. He rolled under the backswing, came up inside guard. Fist hammered Krax's knee joint. Cartilage crunched. Warlord staggered, but swung wild. Pain bloomed in Rook's ribs. Old bruises from the pit fight reopening. He ignored it. Routine. Drove elbow into Krax's elbow pit, hyperextending. Axe flew free, embedding in a pillar. Crowd roared. Krax roared louder. Claws raked Rook's shoulder. Armor shredded. Blood welled hot. Rook twisted, trapped the arm, yanked down. Used momentum to flip Krax forward. Warlord's face met sand. Rook mounted, locked forearm bar. Squeezed. Krax bucked like a siege beast. Tail whipped. Cracked Rook's jaw. Stars burst. Taste of copper. Rook rode it out. Legs clamped. Poured weight into the hold. Human leverage. No super strength. Just physics and grit. Envoy shouted, "Humans! Finish him! Aliens! Impossible!" Krax thrashed. Scales grinding. Rook's muscles screamed. Lactic fire, but he breathed steady. In. Out. Adjusted angle. Pop shoulder dislocated. Krax howled. Veyra vaulted down. Claws pinned Krax's free arm. Yield. Never! Krax spat blood. But his fight drained. Body sagged. Rook released. Rolled clear. Stood. Blood dripped from shoulder. Jaw throbbed. He wiped it. Met Veyra's gaze. Her crest blazed full victory. No words needed. She hauled Krax up by throat scales. Sentence. Death. Blade flashed. Once. Head tumbled. Body slumped. Silence crashed. Then alien cheers drowned human whoops. Veyra sheathed the sword. Faced envoys. Peace terms. Draft now. Borders hold. Rook's pact binds us. Scribes scrambled. Human colonel saluted Rook. Respect sharp. Saren knelt brief. Rose with nod. You fight like stone, Sergeant. Byra turned to Rook. Offered clawed hand. Open. No grip forced. Equals. He took it. Rough scales met calluses. Warmth spread. They walked arm in arm through gates. Courts parted. Armies watched. Her tail brushed his leg. Possessive. Tender. Whispers followed. The unbreakable human. But shadows stirred at the ramparts. Saren's whisper earlier echoed in Rook's mind. Raids launching. Victory fresh. War simmered. Veyra squeezed his hand. Vanguard waits. With me? Rook grinned through split lip. Team. Torches flickered as gates boomed shut. Envoys drafted peace behind, but distant booms rolled. Border guns. Real test brewed. Krax's bloodkin wouldn't kneel easy. Rook chambered another round. Veyra's blade hummed at her hip. Partners now. Galaxy shifted under their steps. Alarms split the night. Saren sprinted up. Raiders hit the forts. Krax's kin leads. Full assault. Veyra's claws tightened on Rook's. We end it. He nodded. Rifle up. They charged into Dark Queen and Soldier. Unbreakable line. The human's fists had felled a titan. Now armies bent. But one cloaked figure watched from towers. Eyes gleamed vengeance. Peace teetered. Rook felt Veyra's heat beside him. Trust sealed in blood. Desire kindled in stride. Her scent, spice and steel, filled his lungs. They mounted the war rig. Engines growled. Vanguard formed ranks. Human grunts mixing alien blades. Lead center, Veyra ordered Saren. Rook scanned scopes. Targets locked. Improv time. First raid wave-crested hills. Plasma lanced. He fired. Hit. Veyra's laugh rang. Fierce joy. My human. Strength redefined. Together. Explosions bloomed. They plunged in. Saren flanked Rook's rig. Her speeder weaving fire. Flank exposed. Kin Warlord calls himself Thras's heir. Rook owed scope. Got him. Cover fire. Veyra's cannon barked beside him. Shells vaporized a hover tank. Her arm brushed his. Intent. You choose fists again? If needed, he smirked. Works. She bared fangs. Delight. Crest pulsed sync with his heartbeat. Raiders swarmed. Rook dropped 3. Headshots clean. Humans adapted fast. Grenades arced perfect. Aliens gaped mid-fight. He bleeds and stands. Vera shielded a wounded grunt. Claws rent armor. His normal, our legend. Kin Warlord charged center axe twin to Krax's. Roared challenge. Rook vaulted out. Fists ready. Crowd of troops parted. Vera at his back. He met the charge, dodged. Struck. Crack. Axe spun away. Bar locked. Twist. Yield gasped. Vera's blade fell. Air crumpled. Raiders broke. Cheers unified. Human. Alien. Vera pulled Rook close. Lips grazed crest. Mine. He gripped her waist. Team. Peace held. Desire burned. Fort gates opened. Partners entered. Galaxy flinched no more. Bowed. But whispers lingered. More kin. Deeper plots. Rook didn't care. Vera's hand in his. Enough. They walked halls. Equal. Unbroken. Dawn broke clean. Terms signed. Borders sealed. Her chambers waited. Door shut. Claws traced his scars. Gentle. Fists won thrones. She murmured. He pulled her crest low. Kissed scales. Us.